Today I want to talk about the future of objective-based zombies in Call of Duty, because as people have probably realized that currently with Vanguard, we don't have round-based, and instead it's replaced with objective-based. Of course, this isn't the first time we saw it just literally last year with Cold War, with alongside the round-based we actually had an objective-based mode, of course, called Outbreak. And these two game modes have been interesting because based on the reception of the two, it's interesting for how it's going to continue into the future. Because regardless of the two modes, the hardcore audience really didn't like it. They really weren't a fan of it. They didn't want anything to do with it. But if we are to believe what Treyarch told us during Cold War, Outbreak was one of the most played game modes in the entirety of Zombies. Now, some people argue that is because there were some free weekends for Outbreak but not round-based, but I don't know how exactly the numbers were calculated, so I can't speak to that. Either way, the point is that Treyarch at least told us that it was a very popular game mode. Of course, then we fast forward a little bit now to Vanguard. It's not very popular at all, and this brings into question exactly how Treyarch will and maybe should continue into the future of zombies with or without objective-based zombies. And this is really interesting to me personally because to me, I'm not really strong on one side or the other. I mean, I've been pushed one way ever since Vanguard came out, but overall, I didn't dislike Outbreak. I thought Outbreak was a good opportunity to find a new way to play zombies because let's be honest here, we've been doing round-based since 2008. I mean, they gotta try something new eventually, right? And that's what Outbreak was. Even though I realized that Outbreak was nowhere near the quality of round-based maps that we were getting at the time or even before that, but at the same time, I still gave it a pass because it is something new. But then comes along Vanguard, where it's just exclusively objective-based, and it's not much better, and maybe even you could argue worse than what we had in Outbreak. And because of this, I have had this weird feeling towards objective based where I honestly kind of am giving up on the idea of a future with objective based inside of zombies. And I came to this realization, or maybe not realization, but my opinion kind of formed around this was kind of starting with Outbreak, but it really was exacerbated when we got Vanguard and there was nothing but objective base. And what the major problem I see with objective base is that you play this game the exact same way no matter what. And what I mean by that is the same objectives are going to be done on every single map. So it really doesn't matter if there's a new map, right? Because think of the current two maps we have inside of Vanguard Zombies. We have Terra and Fong, and if you load into either of these maps, the gameplay feels very, very similar. Like you're doing the exact same things because the exact same zombies, mini bosses, and most importantly, the objectives are exactly the same no matter which map you play on. So it just feels the same, and that's the problem in my mind with objective based, that it just feels the same no matter if you're on a new map or a different map. And this is a problem that we never experienced with round based. Each map felt different, there was different aspects to them, and they were always something different. But now with objective based, it just doesn't feel that way. And because of that, I kind of realized that I don't think there is a future for objective based. I just don't see what more they could possibly do with this game mode to make it something unique and make it something that they can evolve into something crazy like they did with round based. Because remember what round based was at first, you know, Nocturne and Totem, and then think of that, then think of almost any BO3 map. But I just don't really see that happening with objective based because I don't know where you could expand it and where you can make it unique. Maybe each map gets its own unique objectives or something like that, but I don't know. I just don't know if that's something that's ever going to make it feel replayable. And that's the major problem with it, is because the gameplay is not unique from map to map, you get tired of it a lot faster, and because of that, it's a lot less replayable, and that's the major problem with it. And this is why, for me personally, I don't think they should continue to do objective based into the future. I think it's not something that they could do too much with, and because of that, I think that this has been a nice experiment, but I don't think it's something that is the next evolution of Call of Duty Zombies. But at the same time, I don't think that round base is entirely the future. And don't get me wrong, I still think round base is a very important part of the future of Call of Duty Zombies. But at the same time, I think there's a limit to round base for what you could do with it before it starts getting stale. And some people may even argue we already hit that, because you have to keep in mind, like, what else could you do with round base? They already did so much. I mean, just the example I used earlier in the video with Nocturne Totem to BO3. I mean, look how much the game mode evolved, but can it evolve any more past that? And to be honest, a lot of people will say that every Zombies game after BO3 was just BO3 with a new skin, and there is some truth to that. So this might be the reason why Treyarch even felt the need to expand itself past round base, and because of making that observation that they did something like that, I think there is reason to believe that they need to do something else. They need to expand the Zombies game mode past round base, and I'm entirely in favor of them trying something new, doing something crazy, expanding the game mode past round base, and I'm so for that, and that's why I was so supportive of Outbreak. But at the same time, I just don't think objective base is the answer. I think there's something out there. I believe in the Zombies game mode a lot, and the mechanics, the core mechanics of Zombies, they have so much of a future outside of round base, but it's just not objective base. And that's overall how I generally feel about Zombies and its future, because to me, as I said, Zombies needs to do something new. They need to make something crazy, because we haven't seen a crazy jump in Zombies since Black Ops 3. And I don't know if round base is the place that they're going to be able to do that. Again, I'm not saying that they should leave round base behind because of that, but at the same time, they need to do something new. And I think, and everyone, not just including me, but everyone should encourage Treyarch when they are trying something new. Of course, we have to tell them when it's not working, like I am with objective base, but always try something new. And that's what I think Treyarch should do, and continue to push for some new experience for Call of Duty Zombies. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. I'd love to hear what you guys think of everything I had to say here. Do you guys agree, disagree, or anything like that? I'd love to hear all your thoughts down in the comment section below. But regardless, that's going to wrap it up for me. If you guys did enjoy the video, definitely do all the normal YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, bell, share, and all that great stuff. But I'm going to go. I'll catch you guys next stream, video, or whatever the heck it may be. And laters, guys.